Good morning. Well, oh god, the battery's about to die. 8:11 in the morning, and I want to share this dream because I feel like it means something. I feel like it means something big. And this morning I woke up at 6 o'clock, yeah, to feed my child, and then no, 5:30 I woke up to feed my child, and then I was sitting down. I was like, you know what, I have a class at 7 o'clock. I might as well just stay up and do my devotions, pray and see what God has to say. So I was praying for someone that I'm praying for healing, for them to heal. And I was praying, asking God, why is this person not getting healed? And I'm praying so much. My camera died, so I gotta do this all over again. It is, come on, it is 8:49 or 8:50 now in the morning. I gotta do this quick before the baby wakes up because I have a class to teach. 2 days ago we were out, my husband and I and the girls, to shop, I think, yes, on the weekend. And my husband noticed his car. I don't know which part it is, what does it really mean, but he noticed on the screen here, he said, wow, look at all these numbers. I think it's the mileage or something, and it was 11-1-11, so 1111. And it just happens to be that my husband's car is a Genesis. So I'm connecting the dots now, but back 2 days ago I didn't. But now while the battery was charging, I connected the dots. So Genesis 11-1-11. So that's the story of the Tower of Babel, which is the dream that I had this morning when I was praying. This morning I was praying. I was like, God, speak to me. I'm here. I'm listening. I was also praying, asking God, why is this person not getting healed? When I was praying so much for this person. And it was early. It was like past 5:30, and then I sat there maybe like 15 minutes, and that's it. I know I should have sat more. And then I was like, oh, I'm tired, I just want to sleep. In 30 minutes I had to teach a class, an hour. So I rolled right there on the couch. I put a blanket on. I was sleeping, I believe it's like an hour, and then I woke up and I was like, whoa, I had a dream. And it was very weird dream. So I dreamt I was in my country, in my old house again, where I grew up, and the house is not there now. My family has a brand new house in the same land, but not in the spot where I grew up. And it was a lot of construction going on, like near my house. It was dark at night. I remember some family member, I don't know who, took me by hand and they were like, look, we have a surprise for you. And they were like, close your eyes, let's come outside. So here I am walking outside the house, and they were like, now you can open your eyes. And I looked up and I see the Tower of Babel, exactly how you see it on, if you were searching it for it in Google. And it was half made, and I looked, and it looked ancient. There was smoke coming out of it. There was people, ancient people, like really people from like the way you see it, like not modern day people looking, workers, construction workers, and they were working on it. They were like, putting bricks together and hammering. You could see the noise, but it was dark. It was so dark. It was just so, I had a strange feeling about it. It felt evil. It felt bad. Like it did not feel good to look at it. And I'm looking at the people and I'm like, what does this even mean? There was smoke coming out. My house was next to the building, to the tower. And I'm thinking, why is this tower being built right next to our house? If if anything spills out of this tower, it will consume us. It was like, because it looks like there was smoke and fire coming out. I didn't see fire, but I saw smoke, and my whole fear was that something hot or fire will come out of it and consume our family. And then I remember coming down, and then I mean, it was like as if I was coming down the steps. And then I look down and I see modern day construction workers. They had the hats and everything like a modern day construction worker looks today. I gotta speak so fast before my class starts. And I remember one of them looked at me weird because it was like it was like they didn't want me to know what I saw. They didn't want me to see the whole thing because it was not done yet. And they were like mad, you know. He was like he was putting a wire together, like those construction wires. And then that's all I remember. I just remember having a bad feeling about it. So I did some research this morning and what it means, the whole story. And so the story is found in Genesis 11, 1 through 11. To me, this is like a confirmation for something. When, like I said 2 days ago, my husband noticed his car and the numbers, and it just happens that his car is a Genesis. I don't know. And so I'm thinking it's a confirmation for something that's going to happen. And I researched the word Babel, and it means confusion. And I researched Babel. I mean, I read the story where these people lived in Babylonia, and I'm researching where is Babylonia today, and it's modern Iraq. Okay, Iraq, modern Iraq today. And so, but let's look at the word Babel. One thing for you guys also to know, I'm not sure if you know, but last night the 911 communication center was down. So I don't know if this and the dream I had this morning is connected, but I strongly believe so, because I hope not, you know. I hope not, but everyone knows that millions of people depend on 911 calls. That's where we call for help. So if that is down, people who ask for help, who dial that number, do not get that number. So who hacked that last night, I don't know who, but I saw it on YouTube. The nationwide 911 tower was down. So I don't know what's the connection with my dream again, but you can look it up yourself. Babel, which means confusion of sounds and voices. It is where God dispersed the people by giving them different languages so they won't understand each other. These were the descendants of Noah. They were living in the area. I'm reading an article. They were living in the area of Mesopotamia in Babylon. They settled in a land named Shinar. The population was growing and they all spoke one language. The people decided to build a tall proud symbol of how great they had made their nation. The Babylonians wanted a tower that would reach to the heavens, so they would be like God, and then they would not need him. They began to construct a great ziggurat. I guess it's the tower, the look of the tower. And if you look at the towers today, the ziggurat towers are exactly how Chinese ancient towers look. Okay, so there's a connection here. I'm going to tell you why. In the dream, I also remember this. In the dream, I remember I was in that old house and I'm looking for a spot to teach. I teach for a Chinese company. Okay, I teach English. I teach Chinese children via online English, basic English, and it's a Chinese company. And it's so funny that in the dream, I'm asking my brother, I need a spot where I can teach, but because it has to have ABC in the background. Like, you have to have a background. And I'm thinking this morning, I'm like, what's the connection here? Like Chinese, and then ABC, that's the languages. What's the connection with the tower? Well, the connection is that's where the languages that we have today came from. That's where that's how they came from, because these people wanted to create a tall tower where they can reach God, and So they be like him because they had this, they were all in one mindset that they wanted to not need him anymore because they were so powerful in their own head. And so I'm thinking, but then what's the connection here with China and the tower? So in the modern day, I don't know exactly, but I'm just reading this article so that maybe it'll make sense. So the tower was named the Tower of Babel because the word Babel means confusion. Okay, the story is a powerful reminder of how important it is to obey God's word, not to think that we can build a successful but godless life on our own. So the whole world had one language and a common speech. I'm reading Genesis. So the whole story about the power, the whole story about the Tower of Babel is about power. So I don't know the whole connection here, but my thinking is the Tower of Babel was in today's modern Iraq. Okay, Iraq, and then the whole thing about languages there, and that somehow it's because I teach English to Chinese kids. So Iraq, China, in the dream, the power of the Tower of Babel, the symbol here is about power. And I'm thinking, my understanding is this, that these two countries are trying to create a confusion, okay, for the entire world, where these two great powers have united their powers, and they're trying to create some type of confusion in the world. I don't know how true that is, but this is how my understanding is, and I don't know what they're trying to do, but it all has to do with the power, with power, with having control over everyone. I strongly feel that these two countries are up to something. And the dream that I had, the Tower of Babel, the ancient Tower of Babel, look, right, the look is exactly how the ancient towers in China look, okay? This is how the Tower of Babel presumably looked, right? This is how it was in my dream. I searched this on Google, okay? This is exactly how I saw it, except that it was very dark. More so like this, right? It was very dark. Okay, so Chinese ancient towers. Okay, so what do you guys think? I mean, to me, I don't think it's a coincidence. I don't think it's something. I don't think it's nothing. I think there's something. I don't know if God's trying to tell me something, that these two countries are up to something. Again, I want you to know something. We humans have the free will. Okay, if God decides to warn us and tell us about evil that's going on and to protect us, that's his decision. But ultimately, people have the free will, which is, if you decide to do something wrong, you're going to reap the consequences of your decision, okay? And sometimes the people around you will reap those. Sometimes because of other people's bad decisions, let's say if they're in the power, the people under that power will suffer. So I don't want people to go, I don't want you guys to think that, you know, God is bad for not letting us know what's going on. People in the power, whether they're not in the power or whatever, you and I have the free will to decide whatever we want to do. And whether we choose good or right, we are going to reap those benefits. We're going to enjoy that fruit, the fruit of doing good or the fruit of doing bad in our lives. So don't blame God. I guess just pray. You know, maybe God will let you know what it is, you know. I'm praying, and And as I go by my day, I believe that I will have more revelation. If I do, I will share again. But I wanted to share this because I felt the urge to share it. I didn't want to forget it. I don't know more details about it, but I believe that these two countries are up to something. I believe it in my heart, and I hope that I hope God destroys their plans if it's bad, if it's for evil, and I hope their plans don't work if it's for evil. Okay, so I have to go now, but let me know in the comments below, what do you think? I know I should have researched more this whole story, and you can read the story. I will leave it below in Genesis yourself and see what God reveals to you. Okay, enjoy your day. I will see you guys on my next video. Bye. Just a quick correction. I think it's Iran, not Iraq. Okay, I could be wrong, but I think it's Iran.